This Friday, the Constitutional Court of Bolivia ruled that Jeanine Áñez was acting unconstitutionally on assuming the post of president following the 2019 coup against Evo Morales. To discuss this and the situation in Bolivia today, we now welcome independent journalist Marcelo Patzi. Marcelo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Marcelo, what does the ruling by the Constitutional Court, which effectively demonstrates that the de facto regime of Jeanine Áñez was illegal, mean in terms of the legal case against her?
Okay, in Bolivia, this kickback of the Bolivian government show a certain kickback, but it was unnecessary to avoid confrontation and violence, as our president said. Later may be greater consequences, but it's important to say that it's not a victory of the political opposition, but it's a victory of the economic informality. The opposition was only opportunistic, but is totally defeated as the popular support.
Marcelo, this ruling comes just days after the claims that there was fraud in the 2019 elections were rejected, following a process to recount the votes. What do these moves mean in terms of the process to determine the crimes that were committed as part of the 2019 coup and under the de facto regime that was installed afterwards?
Okay, I think that the people is exaggerating the situation of, and definitely the opposition believes that has a victory by pushing back our government in this intention to put the law that will have put the white-collar criminals in this country. I believe that we have to do a good reading. Good reading is this mistake will occur. In our informal economy like ours, this law does not work because our economy in Bolivia, absolutely of all, are beneficiaries of a laundering of dollars. It's a very special situation in Bolivia, but our economy depends of the informality. There's the problem. I think the government to put the law don't analyze the real economic situation in Bolivia is totally informality.
Marcelo, you're referring there to the economy. President Luis Arce announced today that the gross domestic product of Bolivia grew by 9.36% in the first half of this year, showing that the country has returned to the path of economic growth with social justice. What are the challenges ahead in terms of returning to this path of development that was disrupted by the 2019 coup? And we unfortunately we've lost the connection with Marcelo. We were speaking there to Marcelo, an independent journalist from Bolivia, who was telling us about the current situation in Bolivia. We're now going to move on to a break before we go back to more news.